Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, overweight trucks fined almost $2 million. Port state measures to keep fishing vessels honest. And later in sports, Fiji World Cup dreams shattered.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
Over 500 traffic infringements worth over $1.8 million were issued to heavy goods vehicle owners in the first half of this year. However, the Land Transport Authority says there is a decrease in the number of bookings for overloading compared to the same period last year. Pranita Prakash has more.
More heavy goods vehicle owners are now complying with the Land Transport Authority's standard weight requirement.
Increase in the booking continue to show that the heavy vehicle owners are complying with the relevant regulations, and I think as such this is a healthy sign in our bid to safeguard country's road infrastructure and safety.
The portable weigh bridges acquired by LTA has been helpful as they can now do snap checks.
Drivers are getting very smart because if you have a weigh bridge at a fixed place, they know exactly where it is and they'll try and avoid it or wait till the right time and then make a move. So we have now invested a huge amount of money on the what you call the portable weigh bridges. So this is not static weigh bridges. This can be taken around anywhere.
We believe there's been a decrease. We've seen a positive effect on the campaign we've been running along with LTA. LTA have also increased their surveillance. They've increased the number of weigh bridges, and yeah, we've seen it's having an effect.
Vehicles carrying quarry loads top the infringement list. The most of the bookings were made in the Central Eastern Division, which stood at 237. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The Fisheries Ministry has discovered that many fishing vessels entering our ports are not reporting their catch honestly. Enforcement Officer Hilda Lobendan says this unreported fishing can put pressure on the fish stocks, cost the economy millions and affect the livelihood of Fijians in coastal areas. Kelly Vavala reports.
Up to 500 fishing vessels enter our ports each year, and enforcement officers are facing difficulties in getting the right information from the crew members.
The big problem that we have now, is the language barrier. You know, most of the captains that are coming in, all the vessels that are coming in are foreign vessels, and most of them are Chinese and Taiwanese. And sometimes they do not understand the reporting requirements. Sometimes the captain thinks that the other captains or the other vessels will know where they're fishing. Sometimes there's a lot of good catches from certain positions, so they don't record correctly how much they're catching.
The fisheries officers can inspect up to 5 vessels per day, and necessary actions are taken if anyone is found breaching the laws.
Inspections usually happen every day, so and every time a vessel comes in, they would inspect it according to the standards that are set out under the agreement, and also which is reflected under our current act.
The implementation of the port state measures will give fisheries officers the confidence in carrying out inspection on fishing vessels that enter our ports, ensuring no illegal activity is taking place. Kelly Vavala, FBC News.
The Health Ministry, together with Diabetes Fiji, is working hard to raise the awareness of non-communicable diseases to another level. For the first time, the NCD month was marked at the Navua Hospital, and people from the surrounding areas not only benefited from free medical screenings, but were counselled on the risks associated with diabetes. Kritika Kumar reports.
Diabetes-related deaths and amputations continue to rise in Fiji, and the people are being urged to act now.
And it's obvious, the trends are just increasing. If we don't stop now, we're going to have a sick Fiji. And if we're not going to have a sick Fiji in the future, it's going to be a non-productive Fiji.
Diabetes Fiji, under its 4-year foot care project, has established diabetes community peer groups to help create awareness at a community level.
Since 2014, we have controlled the patients with their diabetes so none have been referred to hospital for major complications. Our peer members are fortunate to receive the support from Diabetes Fiji.
One diabetic patient at the Navua hospital commended the work done on awareness.
I'm lucky to be part of its support group to receive more support on being informed about diabetes. It helped me to control my diabetes.
Meanwhile, eye checkups and diabetes screening were also part of the event, whereby counsellors from Empower Pacific were available to counsel the public on general health issues. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
174 housing blocks at Nepani in Asinu will be available soon. Housing Authority Board member Nesbitt Hazelman says development is 90% complete. Savara Tambor reports.
There are several niggling issues to do with electricity. However, apart from that, the 174 blocks should be ready to go on the market soon.
At this stage, we envisage within 6 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks, it should be available, and those members who have applied for blocks, no doubt will go through the normal procedure in allocating blocks. The blocks will be used for strata title construction. There's one or two for civic, and there's quite a large commercial block.
Hazelman says they will adhere to the Act and ensure those who wish to have affordable housing can get it through the Housing Authority. Housing Minister Parveen Bala has reminded the public to fill in the right information when inquiring about housing lots.
It saddens me that when people do apply, sometimes they fail to do the right thing. So what I would like to urge the people is to give the right information so that Housing Authority has less a headache,
The Housing Authority will go back and ascertain financial positions of applicants over the past 3 to 5 years. The Nepani subdivision is spread over 40 acres of state land, which is expected to deliver 174 lots. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
Still to come, Chinese medical vessel to make second visit. And transport woes ends for Vatuvonu villagers. Stay with us.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Guya do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri nawaluan.
Nevang go fani na tao no go singa toka, kita untuk talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
The Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy hospital ship Ark Peace will arrive in the country for its second visit next Thursday. Chinese ambassador to Fiji, Jian Bo, is inviting Fijians to visit the port of Suva to receive free screenings, treatments and medication for any illness. The ambassador says as part of their mission, medical teams will be deployed to the Rewanga, McCoy and Lami medical centres. The vessel will be here from August 2nd to the 9th.
2014. The ship was able to provide medical services for more than thousands of local citizens. We have calculated in average that the ship is able to treat 600 people, both 300 in the morning or perhaps 300 in the afternoon.
For decades, villagers of Vatuvonu in Wailevu, West Takanrove have had to carry their sick and produce for about 8 kilometers through the forest to catch public transport. Today, with the help of 6 horses, the journey made each day is much shorter. Eleanor Tarangaivu visited the village and filed this report.
Vatuvonu village is nestled amidst the lush green forests of Wailevu West in Takanrove. To get here, it takes about 2.5 hours drive from Lambasa and an hour's walk through a single track up the hills and across the river.
It's difficult walking right to the main road, and also the road is not in a good condition.
For decades, walking through the forest has been the only mode of movement to and from the village for Vatuvonu villagers.
When someone is sick or injured, we have to carry them to the main road come day, night, rain or wind.
Last year, Minister for Youth and Sports Laisinia Tutumbo closed a youth empowerment training in the village. It was a chance for the youth group Veteran Youth Club to ask for government's assistance.
We spoke
to the minister and he offered to help us with the transportation of our produce to the market as well as our shopping to take home.
On Saturday, Tuitumbo handed over 6 horses provided for under the ministry's youth empowerment program.
They've been waiting for the road. They've been waiting for the government development. So for that reason, we give them 6 horses. The cost of 2,000 plus.
Minister Tuitumbo has also informed the villagers he will ensure that the road to the village is constructed soon. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
As Early Childhood Education Week is marked throughout the country, a new preschool has opened in Kukumbau Road, Nausori. Krishnavedi Kindergarten opened with a mini march procession with the new students dressed in their uniforms rolling out their Monday morning to the best tune. Minister for Trade and Industry Fayaz Koya was on hand to highlight the ever-changing environment of our society.
In the face of changes ahead, we need to make sure that we equip our future generations to be lifelong learners and with the ability to learn how to learn.
Hundreds gathered at the Sangam Mahamariamman Firewalking Temple at Vuni Vau in Lambasa yesterday to witness the annual firewalking ceremony. It's a practice passed down from generations in practice in India and all over the world. Eleanor Tarangaiviu reports.
Sunday marked the climax of the annual puja at the Sangam Mahamariamman Firewalking Temple in Vuni Vau, Lambasa. Hindu devotees walked on hot, burning charcoal under the power and supernatural blessings of goddess Devi Kali Mata.
Our ancestors, when they came from India, they also brought this with them, and they were practicing it along. And now we are continuing with the tradition.
In the days leading up to the fire walking, the devotees have to totally devote themselves to their god and keep themselves clean from any wrongdoings. This will enable them to overcome the pain and heat of the burning charcoals and leave no marks on the bottom of their feet.
Today is the 10th day. On the 10th day, they go to the river, they have their bath there. Then from there, the procession comes, and straight away they start walking with the priest.
Clad in yellow and body parts pierced with spikes and faces smeared with red and yellow paint, the firewalkers stride upon the burning charcoal amid the drumming and chanting and prayers for good health and well-being.
This was actually one of its kind experience for me, right, to see how actually, especially the Girmitias, who were the ones who actually brought this culture and traditions, right, and these youth groups, the way they are maintaining it today is just marvelous.
The ritual of firewalking is usually performed between May and September during the full moon and originates from South India. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
In sports later with Jamie, new champion to be crowned in BOG this weekend, but up next is Rachel with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. Traders caught cheating on plastic bag levy. And in growing Fiji, Pacific Cement plans to relocate to new site. Stay with us.
Dola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Mariva. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In business tonight, traders are being warned to get their act together and not charge the new 20 cents plastic bag levy before the new financial year. The increased levy from 10 cents to 20 cents was announced in the 2018-2019 national budget as the next step to gradually phase out plastic bag usage by 2020. This increased levy comes into effect next month. However, the Consumer Council says some large traders with the wealth of financial advisory resources are still making mistakes by charging the new levy. Traders who fail to adhere to the ECAL Act 2017 or the implementation of the levy in the rightful manner can be penalized by the enforcement agency. And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the money market.
Let's look at the South Pacific Stock Exchange market review for last week. A total of 17,635 shares were traded in 16 transactions, adding up to $64,232. 6 listed stocks recorded market activity. Communications Fiji shares increased by 5 cents and ended the week at $4.87. VB Holding shares recorded a 1 cent growth to close at $6.86. Meanwhile, FMF shares decreased by a cent and ended the week at a price of $1.35. As such, the overall market capitalization fell slightly by 0.05% and concluded the week at $2.48 billion. And that's all the latest from our local stock market, Pinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. Taking a look at today's currency exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar. Our dollar was on the rise again against the Chinese yuan, the US dollar, the PNG kina, but slipped slightly against the other currencies we cover. Taking a look at the commodities market, oil dropped almost $2 a barrel to close at $68, while gold was up almost $10 to $1,231 an ounce, and silver rose slightly as well to close at $15.50 an ounce. And in Growing Fiji tonight, Pacific Cement is looking at further relocating out of Suva due to the environmental issues created by the company. Pacific Cement Limited is a subsidiary of the Fijian Holdings Limited, and its group chief executive Nozab Farid says this will happen in the next 5 to 10 years. Farid says the factory currently located in Lami is becoming residentially dominated. He adds with the relocation, the company will undertake a complete upgrade of all its machineries to further reduce the environmental issues. That's it from business tonight. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Fiji finishes 4th at World Cup Sevens. And Fiji heavyweight boxer and coach passes away. Details after the break.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The Fiji Airways men's sevens have missed out on the third and final prestigious title of the season. After falling short of a Commonwealth Games gold and the World Rugby 7 Series title, its final chance of a saving grace was plucked out of its grasp by a hungry New Zealand side this morning. Wasser Prasad with the details.
It was this game which all the Fiji fans waited for. Fiji taking on defending champion New Zealand in the semi-finals. With the absence of regular starter like Vatemo Ravovo and putting experienced Leone Nakarawa and Chasa Vermalua on the bench just didn't augur well for the side. New Zealand managed to score a quick try. Semina Randra bulldozed his way through for Fiji's first try before Amenoni Nasilasila added another.
Sila looking for the bounce, hoping it'll check, and it does just that for Nasilasila.
But it was one-way traffic in the second spell, New Zealand getting 2 more tries to take the scoreline beyond Fiji's reach.
The simple bullet ball at the line. To repeat the dose here, New Zealand. The offload is oh so sweet from Naraki to Ravovo.
With the clock ticking away, Fiji's dream to lift the World Cup title looked slimmer, and a consolation try by Alosion Duva was not enough to save them. While New Zealand celebrated, the Fijians went down regretting, knowing their dream has come to an end. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the side also lost out on the bronze medal after going down to South Africa 24 points to 19 in the third place playoffs. Here are some of the tries from the match.
It's Kunatani. There's another one. It's Rundra under the posts. But here is Speckman. Cut out past the Heddle. Man over. It's Sawyer's Wapi. Lasila in and away. Cut out pass to Tuisilva. Joshua Tuisilva.
And New Zealand beat England 33 points to 12 at AT&T Park in San Francisco to claim back-to-back Rugby World Cup sevens titles. They become the first country to do so and now also boast the most World Cup wins with 3 titles since 1993. Vashnil Prasad has more.
The Fijian players, part of the New Zealand Sevens team, played a vital role as the All Blacks were once again crowned the champions of Sevens rugby in San Francisco. Joe Ravavo and Aquila Rokolisoa scored a try each in the game as New Zealand ran in 5 tries to seal the match. Ravavo won the UL Mark of Excellence Award after his blistering form during the 3-day tournament. The Nanronga native says it is a great achievement and thanked his families in Fiji for the support.
I would say thank you to the boys and thank you to our management and our family back at home, Auckland and New Zealand, and especially my family back in my village in Fiji. I just want to say thank you for that prayer.
Player of the final, Scott Curry says it's quite special to claim a back-to-back win in the World Cup.
It's amazing. I mean, it's pretty hard to put into words, to be honest. I'm just so proud of the boys' efforts over the weekend. We had 4 really tough games.
New Zealand captain Tim Mickelson says the Black Ferns' 29-0 win over France in the women's final was what motivated the players to give their best in the last day of the competition.
The team's training in the same place in the mountain. You know, they put pressure on us again by winning their final, and you know, we had to step up and win ours, but, you know, we've got to give England credit. They're an amazing team.
New Zealand is the only team to win the Sevens World Cup title back-to-back. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
A heartbreaking start to the week for thousands of Fiji rugby fans. But despite the 22-17 loss to close rivals New Zealand, some fans remained optimistic, while understandably others weren't so happy. John Tambore caught up with a few fans in Suva straight after the semi-final loss and filed this report.
After the Fiji Airways Sevens team's shocking exit in the Cup semi-final, fans lost enthusiasm in the third-place playoff against South Africa. The public was swift to give their analysis about the nail-biting match.
Giving their best, they play for their country, and I'm proud of the team.
Nothing new in it. One will win and one will lose. And I'm so thankful to the boys that they've done their part.
They win, we usually support them, but when they lose, this is the time that they need all our support, the boys and also their families and friends.
Going in as favourites to win the World Cup, many could not digest the loss.
He always makes mistakes against New Zealand, so we need someone else, good player to play over there. He's precious.
I think I'll miss tackles. There's a lot of errors and giving balls, so it's very risky to.
The players, they were sleeping in the match and they didn't play like before.
Now that the World Cup is done and dusted, the loss will be discussed around grog bowls, during lunch sessions and also at family gatherings, until the team meets again and prepare for the 2018-2019 World Rugby 7 Series. John Tambore, FBC Sports.
The Super Rugby semi-finalists have been decided. The Hurricanes will head to Christchurch this weekend, while the Waratahs journey to Johannesburg after beating the Highlanders, who blew a 17-point lead to hand the Tars their first semi-final spot since 2015. The Fiji boxing fraternity is mourning the loss of heavyweight champion and amateur boxing coach Napoleon Tamoepeau. Tamoepeau was found dead at his BoxFit gym in Turak yesterday morning. Police spokesperson Anna Naisoro confirms they are investigating the circumstances surrounding his death. Tamoepeau was a familiar face in the amateur boxing circles and was pivotal in the grooming of Winston Hill, who won bronze at the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, Australia earlier this year. A new winner will be crowned at this year's Inc. Mobile Battle of the Giants after defending champion Rewa was defeated in its last BOG pool match. The teams that have booked a place in the semi-finals are Suva, Lambasa, Mba and Nandi. Stella Taoi with more.
A tough battle is expected in this week's semi-final round, with all teams working towards ending their BOG title drought.
It was unexpected that who will qualify and whatnot, and people had their bets on some other teams and whatnot, but it's like the World Cup that has happened. Unpredictable teams have come through, and that's the name of the game of football, and it's a beautiful game that you can't predict who the winner ultimately will be.
Suva last won the BOG in 1995, Lambasa 1997, Ba 2013 and Nandi in 1996.
At the end of the day, all these four teams will try and win the tournament, because if you look at lately, they haven't won any tournament except Lambasa. So this is something that they'll try and see which they can win.
Semi-finalists Lambasa will gear up and work on their defense.
Well, our players have to do double the amount of work what I did in 3 days, but a lot depends on the players. Actually, I already spoke to the players. If they have to go and do double the amount of force themselves to come down for the next week's semi-final. If not, they should not come.
The first semi-final is at 2 p.m. next Saturday when Suva plays Lambasa, while the second semi, Ba faces Nandi at 4 p.m., both at Churchill Park. Stella Taoi, FBC Sports.
In today's play of the day, despite going down 22-17 to Samoa, it was Russia that came up with the magical play of the match at the Rugby World Cup Sevens in San Francisco this morning. Russia's Herman Davidov throwing a clutch no-look offload for his teammate to score.
Pushko, quick hands will do it from Davidov. Oh, that is wonderful from Herman. And here it is here, Rupert. Oh, taking it to another level, Herman Davidov. He gave an NFL pass, as you spoke about just previous to that, and that's the second money ball.
That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather and in new media. Disney is improving the park experience with its new Play Disney Park app to help pass time while waiting in line. That's after the break.
Narang golesenya, Obama kita nakas, dorong-dorong bina kape, na radio Fijuan, nandong ibit.
Ayaw benyana, ito barong na radio Fijuan, nandong ibisi, hindi natoka.
Guado ilaisa ingatoka, rong-rong bina na heramakawa ina radio Fijuan ingatoka.
Radio Fijuan, nandong ibiti.
New media tonight, this isn't a typical mobile game. Play Disney Park games are unlocked when you visit certain rides, and phones become remote controls to activate special effects in the real world. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. It's a new week and I hope you had an awesome weekend. Conditions were really in favor today. Afternoon clouds covered much of the area. Taking a look in the west, also beautifully sunny, light showers can be expected tonight. Eastwards from Pakaba to Suva, another great deal of a day. And up north, light drizzles had a slight show, but otherwise sunshine was so captivating. At sea, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. For the tides, low tide at 11:24 p.m. with high tide at 5:34 a.m. Sunrise at 6:38. For tomorrow, sunny spells look fascinating. Great weather ahead. Tomorrow's temps, Lambasa will be the warmest at 29 degrees. And looking further into Wednesday, it's good news again as weather is perfectly suited for some outdoor fun. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji and Pulse tonight, we asked, what do you think of Fiji's Rugby World Cup performance?
Well, to me, I see they did their best.
on their performance, but it's too bad they lose. But we're hoping they will do better than the other teams.
It was okay. They tried their best, but they played against a good team, New Zealand.
Well, I think they did a good job. At the end of the day, a better team always win.
Well, this last game was not good. Their performance was not good.
It was a good game, but they could have done it better. But well, it's got decision, so we should appreciate it. Eh?
Well, it was a good game, but it was very challenging. But the last two tries from New Zealand, they could have tackled him.
They will be in their games on every tackles they do. They are very good and they are very well in their game.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, the air pollution problem isn't going away. According to the World Health Organization, 9 out of 10 people worldwide breathe polluted air, and approximately 7 million die as a result of exposure. One creative startup has an artistic solution to an ugly problem. Recapping the main stories for tonight, overweight trucks fined almost $2 million, port state measures to keep fishing vessels honest, and Fiji's World Cup dream shattered. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment, last week we had asked, do you think Fiji Sevens team can win the World Cup in San Francisco? Well, we now know the answer already, yet amazingly 73% had full confidence in the team. This week we're asking, were you happy with the Fiji Sevens team's performance at the Rugby World Cup? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, an absolutely stunning one sent in by Ananayasa Mode from Nailanga in Ba. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से। जैसे ट्रेनी नॉर्थ मशहूर है, वैसे रेडियो फिजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फिजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है, वैसे रेडियो फिजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।